Hey everyone, Ben Yunson here, and today I want to share some more of my New York stories with you. In this unprecedented downtime from the typical life of a musician, I've been looking back at a lot of old videos and listening back to music that I've gotten to be a part of. And aside from feeling immense gratitude for these musical experiences, I've decided that I want to share some more with you, share some stories and some videos, and take you on a journey through some of the clubs that you might end up playing at on any given night in New York City. Now we'll be focusing primarily on New York's West Village, which is certainly where you would find me playing most often. Let's start off at Fat Cat. Now you'll have to excuse the quality of this next video, but I think it's a pretty accurate representation of the kind of playing we'd get into at Fat Cat. For me, Fat Cat is the perfect place to experiment with new music and new ideas. It was actually the first place I ever got to play in New York some time ago now. Now I don't actually recall exactly which band that last video was with, but I can tell you that Kush Abade is on drums. There's this conversational quality that's really apparent, especially when he plays behind a soloist. I've really loved this about Kush's playing for a long time, and I'm glad that we captured it on my album Ace and also my EP Autumn. That's why I wanted him on those records. So on any given night in New York, you might end up heading over to the East Village and maybe playing a set at Rockwood Music Hall. That was from a great night at Rockwood Music Hall with Alexander Claffey's band. The song itself is from Claffey's self-titled debut album, which came out in 2016, but it's been re-released on La Reserve Records. Now Claffey really assembled an all-star New York band for both the live show and the record, and I was really fortunate to be a part of both of those things. Claffey and I workshopped a lot of music at Rockwood Music Hall. It's a great place to premiere new music to a New York audience. Let's head back over to the West Village now to Zinc Bar. Now Zinc, aside from having great music, is a legendary spot for musicians to just hang out. You never know who's going to show up at Zinc Bar. You could be playing a trio gig there and all of a sudden someone like Roy Hargrove might walk in. It was at Zinc Bar where I met the amazing pianist Ray Angry. And I've gotten to play with Ray in many different situations over the years, including this one that happened at Le Poisson Rouge. I've been fortunate to work with a lot of great piano players, and Ray is no exception. He's worked with really anyone you can think of. I've been fortunate to play with Ray on a lot of recordings and live shows, and because of playing with Ray, I got to work with Queen Latifah and a whole lot of other people too. Alright, so let's go down the street back to the 55 bar with one of my great mentors, Sean Wayland. It wouldn't be a proper look at the clubs of New York if I didn't include the 55 bar, and I certainly talked about it a lot more in my previous episode of NYC Stories, so make sure to check that out if you want to hear more about the 55 bar and of course Sean Wayland. Last but certainly not least, let's finish up at Small's Jazz Club. That video was with bassist Spencer Murphy's band, and Spencer was the first person that I ever got to play with at Smalls. He had a long-running Monday night gig that I was very fortunate to be a part of a number of times. On piano there is the great pianist Mike King, who if you haven't heard of, you should certainly check out. Now, of course, there are many other great places to play as well. I wasn't able to get all of them in, but you could certainly go uptown or to Midtown, certainly to the East Village or Brooklyn, and you'd also find fantastic places to play. But we'll certainly talk about that a lot more in the future. For the time being, I want to thank you for coming on this little musical journey with me, and let's hope that we can come together again in the spirit of music, much like we did in these videos. I hope that you can stay safe, and I'll see you very soon.